Hi, welcome. We have Sheena on today, and she had her first session with Dan. And I hear I think your husband had a session after that as well. So I'd like to welcome you and get your feedback on what you thought of Dan and your human design rating.
Hey, hi. Well, first, I want to say that uh, I'll touch on my husband's. It was kind of an impromptu reading. Um, but on mine, I will say that it was definitely unlike anything I've ever experienced before. And I feel like this is, um, first off, I think it's true science. It's completely in tune, our bodies, our blueprint in tune with nature, the celestial
Mm-hmm.
realm, space, everything. It's something that wasn't invented. I don't think, it was invented by a man, but I mean, there's no explanation. It definitely is something that I feel like should be further explored, but I was blown away by
Yes.
it. I would have to say that as a child always growing up, I just felt different, and I felt like there was always something wrong with me because I didn't fit in with people, or my train of thinking was always different from other people. And so after touching on this with Dan and kind of realizing that the moment our life spark is created, and we come to this earth, or we come into these bodies, it's almost like a Xerox machine. The moment that paper goes in and that light goes on, making that copy, boom, that image is frozen in time, just like we are embossed, and our blueprint is done. We are made, we are molded. And along with that comes all these traits that are coincided with the stars, with the planets, with the asteroids, with the Akashic record. And it's incredible to think that what we thought was being weird or different or unique or annoying, they're all just beautiful traits that make us unique in a good way, and that make us, different, and give us certain skills and certain emotions and certain mindsets, to be able to interact and grow and learn and evolve with other people who have, a variety of other traits for us to interact and learn from. So, I mean, it's just incredible because he hit on my personality traits. I've never met the man before, ever. He hit on my characteristics, my mannerisms, and he actually helped me understand that I do certain things that I didn't realize I do, and that I can't help it. So,
So, do you remember what your type was?
I am a projector,
Awesome.
and so is my husband, as it turns out.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And I will just say, as far as his reading, Dan wanted to, he asked me about my husband, and he was like, hey, well, if you want to just give me his information, I'll just run it really quickly and see how it is. Because I had brought up that my husband is completely different than me in the fact that he's very, what I see is what's real. I mean, he knows, there's a God, there's a creator, but he's not into the etheric science or astral planes and things of this nature, the very esoteric, esoteric science, which I
Mm-hmm.
feel like is real science without an
Exactly. Me
agenda.
too.
It's, yeah, when science has an agenda, it's no longer science. But um, and I did. He ran his chart, and then he sent me back this, long little text of Danny's characteristics. And I actually, and by the way, my husband is Danny too, so Danny
Okay.
and Danny. So I'll just say my husband ran me back his characteristics, and at the time he had gone to go get the mail, so he'd left out of the apartment. I was like blown away. I was like, holy, this is Danny, my Danny to a T. I texted this to him along with the picture of his chart, and immediately response is, what does he work for, a government spy agency? What is he spying on me? How does he know this? And then when he came in the door after getting the mail and I looked at him, he's like, no, seriously, especially the part about da 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 da. And I started to get emotional because I was designed that way, as it turns out. So I'm getting emotional talking about it now because I'm like reliving it. And he was like, why you
Get
get emotional?
emotional. We want the emotion, girl, because
Yes.
you are doing fantastic. I love hearing this.
He to see him believe, honestly, is not his thing. He's always somebody that will poke a hole in something, find a way to poke a hole if he can't explain it. And there's nothing wrong with that. He's a logical guy, as I am logical, which is really weird. I found out in my chart, which I already knew. I have this creative, my head's in the clouds, but I'm also logic too. So, which are usually diametrically opposed. I'm like, but what if? And I need A, B, and C over here. So, um, for him to actually believe too, and then find out he's a projector like me makes all the sense, but he just hasn't found his emotional side yet. He's just not in tune with that yet. And so I think I'm going to get him over to my side and the expansive awareness side, because he's still very much super logical, what I can feel, what I can see, what I can hear, and what I can touch, the five senses. So eventually this shows me that he will come over to the sixth sense. He just needs to,
The human
help.
design
The human
session
design.
is going
And
to
this is
unlock him.
one time. Well, I said, well, do you want to do the full session? He goes, no, I don't have the patience for that. And I said, it's probably in your chart. That's probably true. You probably don't have the patience for that. But I was like, baby steps then.
Baby steps.
Baby steps.
That
He said, but it's pretty accurate.
that is, and okay, and this is one thing that me and Dan talk about, and why we want to get it out to people so much, and kind of how we started. Me and Dan, we are on a mission to help wake up people to their true nature. And I can't speak for Dan. Maybe Dan needs to do a video about his story, but that's where people come in and it really gets them, because you hit on it. This is science. We're literally uh, finding out who you are on a molecular level and how you act. And I love how you said it's just like it's stamp, copy, boom, there you are. And it's like your avatar. And this is how you're going to navigate with other people. And the more that you understand yourself, like human design has really helped me unlock me more and more, because I'm a manifester, and I hid a lot of times because that I'm an emotional manifester. So I don't, I know I have an ego, but I don't want to get in my head that I know I'm here to do great things. That sounds egoic, and I struggled with that. So I dulled my shine for many, 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 many years, where I am designed to come in and make changes. The greatest leaders that we have going on right now are manifestors, whether it was good or bad, but the manifestor energy is massive and here to create. And when it's not in its power, it can do other things. So I love,
Wonderful.
Yeah, I love how you put it. That's absolutely beautiful.
That's the only thing that came to my mind to describe it. A person really has to have their chart read to go through the process to understand exactly what that means. And I will say this is that, even speaking to Dan, he said, who knows, once, all the scientists catch up to this and start exploring it, this will take the world in a different direction. And I said, the scientists now are not scientists at all. And I said, you are the scientists. People like you are the real scientists. And I said, who's to say you're not going to develop this even further and take this to where it needs to be? I said, every scientist now is not science. And it's been like that for the longest time. And, when someone gets, I highly recommend this to everybody, because I think what every human being has in common is that they want to be seen for who they are. And until they understand the truth about who they are, they're going to be looking externally for all the influencers that tell them who they should be. And they all follow, people are in a state of feeling empty and vacuous because they're not living from the truth, because they don't know who they are. They're being told who they should be, who they want to be. They don't know who they actually are. I know I didn't probably put that very well, but
No,
that's the only thing that I can, that's the only way that I can put it, because we've been designed and conditioned and dumbed down to think that we need to be told who to be, because we are such divine beings that holds all the power, hold so much power to change this world and the paradigm, from which we've been living under, that they have dulled our senses and, kept this hidden from all of us. Imagine if we learned this in baby steps from the time we hit, kindergarten. Imagine if parents knew about this before they put their kid in kindergarten. And teachers, every teacher in school was taught what human design is. So when they get students in their classroom, they know how to teach every single kid. So everyone is on the same level, even if they're learning differently 2 rows over or 2 desks over from their classmates. Oh, this kid is a manifester. Okay, we're going to go through the lesson plan this way. This kid is a projector. We're going to go through that lesson plan this way. And we want and I know there are different forms. I'm just thinking of the manifestor and projector, but we're going to put projectors with projectors. Okay, now we're going to switch it up and put this and that. And here's your topic for today. Invent something. Imagine how well we would all work together, because we were designed to all work together. That's why we're all so different, because we're all a piece of the puzzle. But
I'm loving everything that you're saying.
Crazy.
Well, I want to add something to this, and this is what I've had my astrology chart read. I've had the Mayan astrology, the human design. Human design is what really unlocked me. And you said everything that me and Danny absolutely agree with.
All the different readings, the human design, from numerology to astrology to cosmology to all these different readings and all tea leaves and tarot. The human design, I was like, what? All of a sudden, it was like my power, my central power station came online and was like, activated. Thank you. This is exactly what we've been waiting for.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yes. Well, and you said it. So I have to, me and Sheena know each other personally, and I am a shaman, and I resonate a lot with the Moon IQ shaman because I have a past life in being a Mayan, okay, a priestess. And the Mayans believed, when a child was born, they would pull their chart immediately. And you said it exactly. If you, like me, it's not a surprise I am a shaman, because when you pull my Mayan astrology, at the very beginning of my birth, it says shaman. The Mayans would have been like, we got a shaman here, put her in shaman school. We've got a baker here, put her in baker school. We got a warrior here, put her in warrior school.
Yes.
Not in the mixing pot where everybody loses their identity, the design of the matrix, and they go through life losing themselves ultimately. Until something unlocks them. And you said it, it's like as soon as you had this reading, and I don't even want to classify it as a reading because it is so scientific. It literally is a session that it activates you, because you start to remember and realize that you had it right all along.
Right. It was like, I've been taking this human test for 42 years, and finally someone gave me the answers to pass it.
Yes.
In this lifetime.
This lifetime. Yes. Oh, this is
But I think that was meant to be. Yeah, I think that was meant to be. We come across people finally, with this whole great awakening, the buzz phrase, but it's kind of true. We come across those people that we need to know to finally give us those tools, those answers. It might be an animal that does it for us. It might be we change our way of eating and it does it for us. And sometimes it's all of the above, a few of the above, more than that, and sometimes we meet a person that gives us the keys and the tools through a seminar, through a meeting, through a handshake, through a friendship. And, the human design, I think, is like I told Danny today, or Dan, I said it's going to turn psychology on its head, because psychology is ancient oppressor Rothschild indoctrination. It's not true human development. It's not that you have the matrix design and you have the human design. And right now the matrix has suppressed the human design. The people at the top, the puppet masters, they know about it. That's how they have been able to thrive and live so long. But again, it's all occulted knowledge that is no longer occulted. And I feel like this is something religions aside. It has nothing to do with religion. It has nothing to do with any sort of dogma, spiritual dogma. It is just pure like source design. This is incredible that a man, whoever designed it, who came
He
up with it,
channeled it. It's
I was going to say
raw.
he channeled it. That's the only way it could have happened. The
Mhm.
only way it could have happened.
It raw huaru. I think I said that correctly. He channeled it. And I think Dan is second or third generation. So this literally it was channeled and started talking about it, and this triggers something. Me and Dan probably have to do a show on this, the history of human
Do
design.
that.
But it's something new in our lifetime. This is not, so that's why that's the important. And I want to touch on this because it is important for anybody who watches this. That is mine and Dan's mission, is exactly these moments that you just gave, waking people up to their true nature, not only just waking them up, but waking up the parents, helping the kids, making the change, and understanding that it take the religion, take the woo woo out of it, take it all out. This is strip away who you are on a biological level, and how your atoms that make up you, you are a you have atoms inside of you. This is a avatar that is going on. How does this impact or navigate through your reality? How can we work together and get out of this separation and divide that the container has put us in?
That's absolutely. And knowing your human design is the pathway to do that. 100%. My mission is aligned with yours and Dan's too. Because I realize my calling is to be a healer, and I've, been into health and wellness space for quite a bit, through, exercise, weight training, but all sorts of training and movement, nutrition. And my personal goal, is also to help people awaken to ways to heal from the abuse we've experienced as a human collective for millennia. The gaslighting, the trauma, and there's trauma, gosh, there's probably infinite types of trauma we've all experienced. But, distilling it down to helping people heal themselves by knowing their human potential. So that's like the direction I want to go in. If you can just get to the root of human potential and just see all the modalities, all the ways out there, for you to heal yourself by knowing yourself first. And this is where the human design comes in. I mean, I feel like this has got to be something, I gotta help spread the word on this, because if you can know your human design, then you can start from there. Your organic software, your organic blueprint, created straight from source, put into this organic body that has been poisoned and polluted and stifled and suppressed. You know, the only way out is through. And until you know exactly where you came from, you don't know where to go. You'll be told where to go. You know where you came from, you understand it, you tell yourself where to go. You walk your path now, and you can live in your mission, you can live in your health, and you can live in your own divinity that we were created to do. And, that's why the whole star seed concept, when I came across that too, resonated like, boom, okay, we do have purpose. Even at my lowest, when I felt like, well, what's the point? Many years ago when I was heavy into antidepressants, I was been a depressed child.
Me too.
At a certain point, I was like happy and jovial and outgoing. Then some trauma happened, and it completely shut me down in so many ways, and then put me on that matrix pattern of, destruction, and depression, and to be another cog in the wheel. But, this is one of those things that the Starseed mission too, in addition to the whole human design, Starseeds to come here to explain this, to awaken and activate people. And this is just incredible. Like I said, a few seconds ago, learning about this whole concept and learning about, the principles behind it was such an activation. And I will be listening to our recording from my first session over and over again. I try to take notes, but at the same time, it's like you can only take notes and take it in so much. So I'm just looking forward to the next couple sessions to finish it off and incorporate that into everything I do, because honestly, I feel like somebody gave me a piece of me back to me that was taken away from me at birth. And if I could tell anybody to try one thing that is out there for them, outside of their comfort zone and their belief paradigm that they've been told to have, try this. Just give it a shot. Let Danny run your chart. Have one session. Have one session. And if you're not convinced, then you're not meant to be convinced yet, but I guarantee they will be. You know, not everybody's going to wake up. Not everybody is going to be able to make the transition, you know, escaping the matrix. But damn if we can't help as many as we can. And just put that word out there. It's up to them to decide to, I hate to quote the Matrix, take the red pill. I think it's so much beyond that. That's so trite at this point, but it's up to them to decide. Do you like your life? Do you like where you are? You do? How's that working out for you? Oh, not so well? Why don't you try something else? Try something new. I mean, I just was blown away.
I am, yes, you hit on everything. And I'm going to say one thing and we'll wrap this up, because that was another thing me and Dan have been talking about behind the scenes, is the next stages of integrating this and also helping. You know, we have a mission to not only wake up people to their true nature, like giving you I love how you said it. It's like giving a piece of you back to yourself. We want to not only do that and wake people up to their true nature, but also help them integrate the information, and all of us join in on this bandwagon collectively to start making change. So if you're those who are not ready, that's quite all right. You're exactly where you need to be at this point in time. But for those of you who are, it is time that we really do wake up to our true nature, because we do have some amazing new energy that will be entering into our lifetime. And it is also important that we help those individuals, because I believe we're moving from 7 center beings to 9 center beings in our lifetime. So that's going to be really massive. Yes. We're already being impacted by some of that energy now already. So
100%.
Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
No, I would just like to say, you know, in a world where it's trendy to talk about self-care and self-love, the greatest gift you can give to yourself is to know who you are. To know who you are so you can heal yourself and give yourself the genuine, true self-love that one and source created us as in every fiber of our being. So the greatest gift you can give to yourself is self-knowledge, so that way you can learn to love the real you. And this is the key to do that, to be honest.
I love it. I'm going to leave on that note. Thank you so much. And I look forward. If anybody wants to have a session with Dan, you can find his information down below, or reach out to us if you'd like to schedule a session. We can definitely take care of that for you. So thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Love it.
Yes.